Hi, hello, hi, hello. I am on time, and OMG, I am starting this with a presentation. And so today is going to be a master class related to my course Shoot Like a Pro, and it's going to be a lot of things. Okay, again, all mixed up in one. But this time I've prepared you a presentation and we have to look at 17 slides. Okay, and to start with, oh my god, how would I? Okay, to start with, ooh, I'm doing this. Okay, so to start with is going to be topic online. So I will start with the story, very interesting story to tell you, and then how I do this. Okay, I am talking about erotic photography and photography for adults because I am an erotic photographer, woman working in West London in my private studio. We will discuss about art and photography. We will speak about how to undress human and everything what relates to this big topic, like identity and the copyrights and what creates all the insecurities when we are going to undress the human during the photo shoot. We will speak about that little bit more. So yeah, this is it. Let's do this. And it's going to be a story. Yeah, so somewhere, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, one lady contacted me on the phone and she told me that she never had a photo shoot with the photographer, never been in a studio. Okay, because she was in prison for 13 years. Okay, and I remember that moment. I was absolutely shocked, thinking, oh my gosh, you know, she is probably a serious criminal. I thought she might be a killer. 13 years, it is not a joke, right? So, yeah, so I spoke with her over the phone and she convinced me to do a photo shoot. And usually I take a deposit to book a shoot. So she paid a deposit and I booked her in. Since then, I did three sessions, photography sessions with her. The reason I am telling you this because this is probably the only person who took 3 times to get into that zone and to progress. Because during the photo shoot there was no one who would how to say have a successful shoot. And this lady, she was first of all, she have a lot of limitations. Okay, a lot of beliefs because she came from the Muslim country, right? And all these things what we're doing in a photo shoot, and first thing is undressing is not allowed, not allowed by the family, by the religion, by the beliefs. It is not allowed. And how to say, and I could not do it in the first time, again, in the first go, right? So the reason why I'm telling you this story, because there are people who never had photography taken ever in their life, and we are talking about adult photography, and we're talking about undressing the person and posing sexual, how to say, images representing sensual poses, creating sexual images, touching your body in front of the camera, showing your flesh and body. And in many countries this is not a problem. You go to see doctor, you how to say, you undress, you're not shy, for example, right? You're not shy undress in front of your husband or partner. You're not shy to go on the date. You're not shy to send erotic pictures. But for many people, majority of the couple, this is public, it is a very big limitations. Okay, and it's a scary thing to do and to go for. And that's how we are in the world, are divided, okay, in terms of this. So going uh, forward about this story is that It was like a charity work for me, because I realized that when the person never have done this experience, have no photography of her own, she came from the political family, and her family views and her views were not how to say, in that country, where you know basically, her brothers were killed, and she was put in prison for 13 years. And she spent there the best years of her life. She never was in love. She never had a boyfriend. She never had a husband. She never had sex. Okay. And she was asking me how it feels and what it is. And of course, the reason why she was doing a photo shoot with me is to remove all those limitations, to be able to undress and to be able to pose some sexual and sensual, how to say, for sexual images, and to actually plan her future. But first, you need to be ready yourself. I always think that very young people are rushing into relationship, and I was as well the one who did that. Okay, but in general, if I could get an advice, I would give them a totally different advice, not to rush. So some people, how to say, they need a lot of work. Okay, and when you are starting to do erotic photography, how to say, you would need to think about those boundaries and about those limitations what other people have. So first of all, there are your limitations present in that work, because you would decide for yourself what you can do, what you cannot do. Okay, and then what kind of people you would like to work with. Okay, like for example, I did when I started, and erotic, how to say, photography in general, it is not it is so popular now. Okay, but when I started long time ago, it is kind of like an underground. I was taking an underground position, and I was hiding myself, because of what other people will think, and how people will accept you, of who you are and what you do, of course. And it did worry me a lot. Okay, and that is why we will discuss this a bit further, because those people who will shoot with you, they have those worries, and they have those problems, and there are so many problems related to their psychological thinking, the image what they have in their head. Okay, the image, the thought what will have in their head reflects in their body. That is why there are so many women who will come to my photo shoot, and they will say, I don't know how to be sexy. I don't they don't know what it is, and how to create the sexual energy, and how to translate that emotion, and how to create the sexual image. There are guys who would send their wives and say that you need to learn, this craft. Okay, because how to say, this is something what not every woman understands today. Okay, what it is, how it is, and I don't know. I'm not saying that every woman must or should or have to be, how to say, feminine and sensual and sexual, but this is the only marker and the only energy which I think we should care about. Okay, because sexual energy is, that's how to say, that's how people come to this earth. Yes, that's how people connect with other people. That's how people find their partner. And if the sexual energy is not there, the relationship, of course, we see a lot of broken families or broken relationship, and they say, oh, the love or this chemistry is gone, and that's it, and it's over. No, no, it's down to sexual energy and to those markers who are not matching and not compatible anymore. Okay, so that is why it is important for every individual to understand that this energy is, how to say, it's in the lead. Okay, because we are buying from sexy people. Okay, sexy people represent how to say, industries, right? There are celebrities are working through this. Okay, the sportsmen are using this. The businesses who, like, for example, have the owner, and that owner is individual, right? That's how it he or she can attract, okay, clients through that sexual energy to match with their clients. For example, I am very much aware of this, and I'm very much looking at my clients, and I see if we are not compatible, and the things what they want to do are, I mean, I'm shooting without limitations, but there is a lot of people who I reject. Okay, and because, how to say, you can sense, you can't just go and work with everyone, and I am not everyone's cup of tea as well. Okay, so with this lady it took me the longest, okay, because her limits were so high, that wall which was built by her own, how to say, not only herself but her environment. Like I say, there was politics, there was church, or whatever, how to say, it doesn't matter, but all those beliefs, that's our limitations what you are going to confront with. Okay, there will be models who are ready for a photo shoot, but like I say, more or less people are not aware of their body, and they have locked inside them a lot of memories who would create certain insecurities, and that is something what you need to think about, because when you're going into erotic photography, and there is a lot of people would think that, oh my god, I'm gonna look at the pussies and asses and boobs and nipples and cocks, and that's all what I want to do, and that is why I am going to this photography. Okay, but if you are just want to be absolutely superficial on the top of the top, because how to say, if you think about the foam doesn't go into depth, right? The foam is always on the top, right? It doesn't sink. Okay, so if you want to be that foam which is on the top, then you will reach people who are interested in porn and in porn industry, and all they want is how to say, this is also a very big topic, porn industry or adult industry or escort industry or tomboy industry or whatever industry there are, and they are developing and developing in this porn. But I am talking about the foam. I know that there is a lot of people who use online representation and want sexy pictures just to sell their body, just to sell and make money as a how to say, as a job. They taking it as a job, and I have no problem with this. If people want to sell their body and that's what makes them happy, that's fine. I'm absolutely, how to say, not judgmental at all, and I'm happy to shoot those people. But there are a lot of individuals who think that this is fun, and who think that this is an amazing experience, okay, and who think that this is, how to say, the easiest way in life. And here we go, me knowing a lot of adult workers who kill themselves, who, how to say, used a lot of drugs to numb that nonsense happening in their heads, because emotional level, when people are going to this industry, they have to be in certain emotional level. Okay, because if you're really really happy and satisfied with yourself, and you don't, how to say, you don't have a need, okay, then you would not go and do it for money. That's what I say. Okay, that's how it is. If you're absolutely happy and have everything, why would you do this, right? Why would you? Okay, why would you? And so in the same time, I was seeing those things as, how to say, as a normal standard job, because I have seen how many adults choosing the wrong wrong position and suffering in the same way, as an adult worker. So it's a, how to say, it's the same coin but just a different side. Right. So what I'm saying is, I had this lady, I showed her, and finally, in the third time, I had a successful shoot when she was ready and she asked me to do an erotic photo shoot. Okay. But usually it never happens with me. I am so confident and so professional at what I do that it's always the first time, but there is always an exception. Okay. And that's what I was wanted to say, that there are an exceptions, and here we go. Okay, so definition of the preparation. So I am just going to list out and tell you how I am doing it. Okay, so I am assessing the person at the first, how to say, the first assessment, what it is missing, what the person is wearing, and how can I improve, what is necessary to change. So the most important is, of course, if there will be a face in the picture, it's a hairstyle. Okay, and what the person is wearing. Okay, because that's important. Before you undressing the person, you need to dress him nice, because usually majority of people would like to have and to have normal pictures and to start from normal pictures and undress. There are, of course, exceptions who would just undress straight away, and they want to shoot nude because they are nudists, in their lives, and they are free with their body. There are people like that, but I am just saying, in general, your model or your client would like to have a certain portraits with the look you would create, for example. Yes. And then I always ask and speak as a consultation. I create a consultation and ask what he or she wants, from this photo shoot in general, what kind of photography, what things they would like to try, and how to say, what the fantasies, what are the ideas. Then I will always put my own professional advice, assessing that person, what I suggest. Okay, this is from me coming, so that thing, what you would suggest, it only comes from the experience. Okay, you can sense, because how I'm using my senses, how I feel, what suits, what is best. I'm assessing the person, in general, how he looks at this photo shoot, nervous, not nervous, what he or she wants to try. Okay, then we will discuss what she has to shoot, like what they bring or what kind of ideas they already looked at, because there are many times that people have come prepared, they've looked at something, they've seen something. Okay, then I would assess how he or she feels. Okay, during that photo shoot, and make sure, that this time and type of consultation would go into a person to convince and feel safe and secure with me, that this is, what he's doing is the right decision, and that the person is happy to move on. Okay, I do not jump straight away. I do not undress people straight away, because the photo shoot starts in here, for every person. I want people to remember this experience, and I want people to understand and do it consciously. Okay, like with agreement. Okay, and with sharing the situation, because usually during this consultation preparation, you will understand what are the limitations. Okay, they will tell you in first 15 minutes what's wrong with them, what the problems they have, what they don't like about themselves, and what to show, what not to show, and so on. And then during that consultation as well, I would always speak about how far they would like to go. Okay, what is the goal? And then I push, I put little bit ahead, and I say, okay, so we're doing this and this. So just, how to say, just to confirm everything that I understand, I repeat everything how I feel. Okay, so that the person would absolutely, how to say, be aware of what type of project it is, how big it is, how many scenes, what kind of outfits. I will go and check, and we will choose, and I will show things, what you don't like. I will how to say, I will always use accessories, props. I will always use furniture, any kind of a furniture. It's never, the shoot in front of the background. Erotic photo shoot is actually, how to say, it's a creation, it's an art, it's a creation of their world, and how to say, an injection of my ideas as well. Okay, so that's uh, setting the person free. Okay, releasing the senses, and releasing, how to say, the fantasies, right? Okay, so 5 things to prep her to look best and more. Okay, so what 5 things? I can tell you this. I can show you the palettes. I went to makeup course for photography, just because I thought that, what, if someone would need a makeover, and the looks are very important, because when you taking care of the client, okay, when you're touching him, when you're checking the hair, when you're adding some outfits, trying the colors, asking them, they kind of feel like you are, how to say, looking after them. Okay, and I genuinely want to try this and this, something they have not tried, and find them new inspirations, new ideas, show them new ways. That's why they are doing. I never shoot only the same outfits. I always make a combination. I have a lot of stuff and accessories in my studio, like loads, but it's because it's over the year. But when I was starting out, I still went to makeup course, because I knew that I will shoot a lot of girls. My partner did not allow me to shoot any guys, to be fair. I'll tell you this, okay? So then I was just at the beginning preparing for the girls only. And then I slipped, because I am so curious. Okay, after a year, I was just thinking, the girls react like that. I would like to try and see how the guys are. So, of course, I moved into that stage secretly. Okay, no one knew about this, right? But for the girls, it is very important looks. Okay, so the first thing what you need to understand is the hair. If you change the hair, hairstyle at least 2 3 times, your pictures will be absolutely different. If the hair looks shit, your pictures will look shit. Okay, so why we're talking about preparation and not about the lighting or camera settings? Because it's not important at this point. If the person doesn't like himself, doesn't like your ideas, doesn't like the way the hair are, doesn't like the outfit, doesn't matter how, photography will be, he doesn't like the pictures. Okay, so I am always starting from that person. Okay, and this is something what I can tell you, in the reality, there is so many programs now, automatic things, that you can add to your photography, that it will improve. Okay, it will improve. I'm not saying you should use this, but I am just saying how I find for myself. Yes, I've invested a lot in the photography itself, and that's and amazing. I'm fascinating by this day. I'm surprising myself with a lot of lighting ideas and variations and options, what I do, how I change, and how it makes a huge difference. But I am telling you, if you are shooting the face, okay, and you are not shooting the face in the darkness, right, it is important how the face look. Okay, so the guys now using these concealers and stuff, I am here to show you 5 things. I mean, I told you I invested a lot in the makeup. I had palettes of, bronzers, palettes of blushes, palettes, and of this makeup, blah blah blah, whatever, right? And lipstick palettes, and just I had this course, and I start doing makeup for people, right? And then I realized photographer is not a makeup artist. If someone really looking to change their look and, how to say, transform, and the makeup is a huge thing. guys removing the blemishes or removing the spots, and when you're giving all the pictures, you don't have to retouch. I mean, if you're retouching 2 or 3 pictures, that is fine. But imagine if you're giving 300 shots or 500 shots, and in every shot there is the spot which will disappear in 1 week. Of course, you need to take care of it. Of course. And so what I'm saying is to you that I will show you 5 things, because I'm usually shooting mature people. Okay, and mature people do not like a lot of makeup. And if they would like a professional, which I do recommend, and I found I worked with a lot of people, and they do this makeovers now. Okay, and this is not photographer's job, like I said, but you must improve. You must do that touch up. You must, if the face is shining, it's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. You need to assess your photography when you're shooting and check, okay, how this face is looking. Because usually people would like to have a face, even if they're shooting a cock picture, right? For themselves, it's going to be like a proof. They have something to show, for someone. They can't show the balls picture, or the boobs picture to someone. But if you shoot the face, okay, they can use your skill. So you are lighting it, right? So let me show you, because it's mature people, and mature people have a lot of wrinkles. I found a very amazing thing, which is going to be a tip number 1. None of the makeup tutorials will show you and say you this, but this is the thing what I use for the skin. Okay, this is a serum, okay, oil for hair tips. You would not believe how good it is with a makeup. It just smoothens your skin so well that these areas, imagine if you put the makeup, usually looks very heavy and usually looks more wrinkly. If the makeup artist young, okay, doesn't have a clue how to shoot this, and doesn't have a clue what products to use for really old people. So my mature people, like 50, 60, I use it for myself, seriously, because I have these wrinkles, and that's it. You have pores or something, so it smooths the skin and it does the job before the shoot straight away. You need to do it. That's what I do it. Okay, so I will apply this. Okay, and then I will use a concealer. Okay, then I will use a concealer. I will put it here. I will mix it up. Okay, and then I will just use it those areas. Okay, here and here. Okay, usually that's the problematic areas, and this is what I do. Okay, so I'll apply this. I'll make sure that with the brush I will even nicely. Okay, so it's already lighter, right? And then I use this brush. Okay, and then I use this brush, and then I use that palette. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so this is like a simple palette. Okay, so you can see the blush. So the lightest thing goes here and here and on the eyes. So here, little bit here on the nose and the eyes. The blush goes here. I do everything with one brush. I have no time, That's how I am. Because how to say, mature ladies are scared somehow to book the makeover. They never done this before. Okay, so I am taking care of them, and they don't want a big fuss to do big fuss about their photo shoot. That's why I learned this, and this is my quickest steps. I don't have now full bag of makeup. I don't. I do a very good result with these few products. Okay, so I would highlight here, and I would highlight little bit of the eyes, and I'll do the pink on the cheeks and pink on the eyelids. Okay, and then the last thing what is really good is a powder. Okay, to finish it up, I use it for guys and for women because it removes the shyness. Okay, I can show you on my face. Maybe it shines a little bit, but it perfectly removes the shyness. That's what you need. That's your preparation for the guy, for the girl. Is concealer. Okay, for the guy, you would not use this luminance products, but you will use a concealer, and you will use this oil and powder to remove the shyness. That's it. okay, with this preparation. I hope you got it. And then what is important when you're making a shoot? Of course, you need to speak with the people, right? You can't just leave them hanging and how to say, and do whatever they want. You need to ask questions and you need to interact with your model. That's the number thing, okay? You need to speak with them and don't talk about sad things. Don't talk about their problems. No, in general, talk about the reason why they're doing photo shoot. Maybe they're looking for a boyfriend. Maybe this is like on the bucket list to tick why you are so brave and something like that. I'm chatty, so I do create those, how to say, questions, and I make those nice facial expressions. That's what you need, okay, to make a reaction, to make an emotion, and to capture that moment, okay. And then add your personal ideas. Like I say, we discussed on the preparation time, okay, what we are using: props, toys, how to say, accessories, some kind of outfit, something, whatever we use. Okay, I will customize his fantasy idea with my, how to say, with variety of mine, and that's how we will do. Okay, and then the serious stuff. Okay, plan technical stuff. And what I mean by that is that you need to know, if you are starting out, you need to know how many lights you are using and what kind of a light you are shooting. Okay, so you need to know the light, okay, and you need to know the technical stuff on which settings. Okay, so you will put a subject and make tests. Okay, when I was starting out, I was shooting Teddy. I was shooting Teddy before I was doing the people, right? And I was just testing on the Teddy and seeing if I will put him there, the light will look this, and I will put there, and just test and play. So the first thing what you're shooting is the safe shots. Okay, so you learn, okay, 3 5 options for your shots, and you shoot the safe shots. Okay, also you must understand that every shape has a different posing ideas, right? So you would learn few, at least 3 to 5 posing suggestions. And there are so many posing suggestions online. They will give you a list and you can learn the hands there, the shoulder there, the hand there, the hip there, so just try. Okay, because you need to give something, you need to show something, you need to push that client and lead that client to some result. It naturally will go somewhere, and usually adult people don't like to stand. Yesterday I shot one lady, she just wanted to sit. All the positions she wanted to sit. She didn't want to stand. She knew that she is quite short and quite bulky, so we were posing her and how to say, and working on that. But like I say, every person has a different type of posing. If it's lean, if it's big, if it's tall, if it's small. So that's a totally different masterclass and stuff. But that's important, okay? Posing is important. And then what is important is natural emotions. Okay, now make sure that the face is not frozen. Okay, make sure that the face and the eyes have some kind of a understanding about sexual, how to say, adventure they having. Okay, you must talk about this with a client, okay, because if there will be always confused and scared and how to say, you have this consultation to prepare your model, to prepare your client, to prepare that person for adult photo shoot. And you need to explain what you're going to do, that she will undress in this outfit, she will take her clothes, and she will do this and this, and we will try to shoot that and that, and I will do it in this way and this way. Of course, it is very scary to maybe go ahead with your planning. For me now it's easy because I know what I want to do, and I know how I want to lead it and where I want to lead it into. For you, maybe at the beginning it will be just few poses. Never go overboard. Simplify. Few poses, few outfits, okay? 3 to 5. That's it. Yesterday we shot 10 outfits in a different way, in a different posing, in a different lighting, and and like that. Okay, so I can do volume now. Okay, but at the beginning, seriously, 1 2 3, that's it. What you need to start with is just with the simple ideas and simple, how to say, outfits, right? Don't complicate yourself into something, too much, right? Because sometimes less is more, right? So natural emotions, it's very important, because if you connect your photography with the emotion, every time the person will look at that picture, will understand that this was the moment when they were creating this with you. They will remember what you are saying. They will remember why they are smiling, what was the mood, what was the atmosphere. You need to create that to memorize this moment, because that's where they will come back to. Okay, the time will go, but they will remember. If you're not gonna create this, and if you're not gonna take this moment, it's not gonna be art. It's going to be porn. Quick shots, and go. It's like I'm saying, the foam is on the top. Okay, you can learn this, and you can do porn easily. Okay, but art is more complicated, because you need to connect with that person more and more and more, and during that photo shoot, go in depth with him and with yourself. Okay, and the last thing what I add to the preparation is, you need to hide imperfection. Okay, every person knows about their imperfections. You don't necessarily need to ask. Okay, but you will see when the person will undress, you will see what they are. The person will come, you will see what they are, and you will need to understand something that you need to hide straight away. Because you know what, there are a lot of people who have, how to say, uh, like fat pockets everywhere, right? And that's something you need to hide, because if you're not gonna hide it, that person would not like this picture. And that's it. You know? She or he cannot lose the fat, okay, in that shot, but you can pose it in a certain way, or you can add some kind of accessories, right? Some kind of the outfits that it would eliminate this imperfection to the point that it will be invisible. And of course, light. If you're not gonna light this part, then you will lose it in the picture, and it's not gonna be visible. So you light something what is clearly like benefit the picture, and you do not light and avoid lighting what is an imperfection. But I can tell you this, I not always do that, because I was before, I was very much into pleasing people, and pleasing and serving to them. And now I'm more into real and realistic. Okay. So I am holding to all those things. What I'm just teaching now, I do follow them, but it is not always my rule, because now I am braver. I am just braver, and I can shoot people with, how to say, with an imperfections, and I will, because if I see that this is something what is hurting them, and destroying them, okay, and damaging them from inside, it is a big pain point for them. It's like, it's a tragedy or something. I will try to illustrate it and present it in the way that they could accept. Okay, because that's very important. Okay, to accept yourself, who you are. You can't change. You how to say, of course you can hide, and you can do a lot of different manipulations with the scars, or with whatever the problem is. But I am just saying, it is better to live with yourself and accept yourself, and that's photographer's job, to show it in the way that people could easier go through that stage of their life when they think this way. Okay, so photography basic is just going to be a photography basics. Okay, basics of the wall pictures in erotica. Okay, so what are the basics in erotica in the world is? You know that all the world knows boudoir photography, right? So these are the studio shots or non-studio shots, but usually boudoir or doudoir. Okay, I do studio shots. I don't do boudoir in the natural light, because it just, I am specializing in studio photography. I know how to do and use the natural light, and I do very often a mixture. Okay, right? If I do not have any light, okay, then I will do it. But if I have it, I am, I'm more into, I am more into, because you see, the studio light is quite complicated. Okay, because you're controlling it. If you're a chef, okay, in the kitchen, and you are professional, then of course you would need to use more equipment to get better results. I'm not saying that boudoir without flash or light, how to say, worse. No, I'm not saying this. I am just saying I'm fancy. I want to add lots of things. I want to add lots of variations. I want to add this, although you can do it with simple lights without the flash, and I can create a master class for this, and I can show you, and the results are great. Results are great. It's just something, what is my preference, I get used to. Some people get used to walk on heels, and they are prefer to buy shoes with the heels, and some people are, how to say, like flats, and that's it. So that's how I am. Okay. Then the erotica goes into the fitness. Of course it goes. Of course, because what we do, we need to show muscle, we need to show flesh, we need to show hotness, we need to show that effort. Why people love that erotica? Okay, now, and why there is porn? Because of this fitness. It accelerated even more because people like those gorgeous bodies. Is it a guy or is it a girl? Everyone working out and everyone showing off. Okay, so I added this fitness portrait. It is a must. Okay, and then the glamour and escort dating. Blah blah blah. That's a very big topic again. Okay, and I could talk and talk. Oh my god, I'm running out of time. Okay, and then it goes artistic, nude, and explicit. Okay, artistic, nude, and explicit. We know what it is. Okay, it's going into self-development. Okay, is going into deeper. If all those were, maybe somewhere in the top, nude and explicit, it is, sinking down, and you need more information about this, because it's full on. Okay, then we go into making love scenes, masturbation, penetration, and cum shots. This is something what I do. Not many photographers would do that. Okay, just because of a knowledge and experience. Okay, and before it wasn't very popular and people were not doing it. I mean, they're doing it maybe many, years ago, and no one knows what they're doing. And there are people who doing it maybe with, how to say, home videos and stuff. But I'm saying professionally. Okay, in the studio you would have a woman professional photographer who will specialize in this. Not so, because it is complicated. And then I would add these fetishes. Okay, fetishes and kinks into this section, and BDCM. Okay, so this is also a very big topic, and I just list out. I don't have time to speak about this. It's going to be separate masterclass for each of it, just so you know. I do all. Okay, now we speak about light. Okay, here we go. Light. So why I made light as a physical photography, emotional photography? Because it is. Okay, because you are lighting both. What emotional is, it's something what you do not see. Okay, emotion is something like a microwave. I already told, we don't see those special energy vibrations which heat up our food, but it doesn't mean that it's not exist. Okay, it doesn't mean, you all see that it's happening and the popcorn is cooking. Okay, and it's popping, right? So this is something what it is exactly in erotic photography. And I am how to say, and I wanted to divide this. So physical photography, face and identity, right? Body and imperfections, body and representations via illusions, body art in old contemporary style, in old and contemporary style. What it means is body art in new and old style, okay? Because there is a difference, right? And post production. So very quickly, how we can manipulate all of these to create a better bodies, okay? Face and identity, we know, okay? The covering the face and how to say, calming the person down, because of the face mask. People feel naturally feel that they dressed. There is a factor in there. Body representation and illusions are made by the light and by the posing, okay, and that's very important in the photography. Body art in the old and the contemporary style. Well, I would say just this, okay? The old style is more conservative, okay, and it's more classic, maybe. And the contemporary style is more brave, and it's more rebel, it's more how to say, it's more experimental, okay. And the post production, we all know that there are apps who would like Photoshop, who would make your skin okay, other apps, but Photoshop as well. There are many apps who will make your skin look nicer, right? The textures and stuff. There are Photoshop which will change your body shape, and it has a very big impact, because people, can come size 20 and become size 8, in this Photoshop. So that's how it impacts. And then we're looking at emotional photography, okay. And here I was trying to divide people who are interested in erotic photography and represent them in this way. So people will come for the test shoots, or people who will come to test themselves and do it for the one and only time. For example, the first timers, okay, the first timers, right? And they are usually nervous, okay. So emotional photography needs to reflect the individual, okay, and needs to have a certain approach and certain lighting and certain representation of that individual, okay. So test shoots for nervous, dark place for contrast. That means, yes, there are people who would like to enter dark studio. They would not want to have light everywhere. They're more comfortable if you bring them into the darkness and make more contrasty and dark shots of them. Okay, and that there is a there is there are a lot of people like that who would prefer this. There is a soft and vanilla personality. Well, I would just say soft porn, glamour pictures, or even fitness can go, but fitness between dark and soft, I would say. Then there are creative for experiments. So there are creative people, okay, who would do this to develop themselves, develop relationship, develop personality, and just develop their, because creativity is your personality, okay, your intellect, okay. And people who work invest in themselves, they would go into this criterias. And there are the last one, I call them rebels, okay, rebels for criminals, okay. Why I'm saying rebels for criminals? Because they have unique ideas, okay. They are unique ideas, and I shot so many, and I have rejected as well so many, okay, because how to say, these are extraordinary cases, okay, but they would go into BDSM, kings, fetishes, and so on and so on, okay. Then personal art, what that means, how you can influence the art, okay, how you can influence your artwork. So I've already spoke about this. Find who you are, okay. This is something for yourself, for you as an artist to understand, okay, because that's your art it is starting from that person who is coming to you, to see you, to shoot with you. But it is very important to understand who you are, okay. First, that is the starting point. What drives you and what do you love, okay, because I can tell you that you will try many things in erotic photography, and there will be things what you love and would like to do, and there are many things what you do not want to do. And for me personally, this distinction, actually, because I'm extremely curious, okay, and I needed maybe 10 years to actually be distinctive now, and I know what I want to shoot and what I don't know to shoot. But some people who know themselves very well, they can recognize and they can find it very quickly, okay. Connect with these people. So I am just saying, the more you understand who you are and what you want to do and connect with those people, the more will be happy clients and how to say, beautiful, gorgeous, successful art projects, okay, because these are the people who you want to work for, okay. And share your pro skills. And what that means is that you have to be pro. You have to go towards that to become a pro. And how you become a pro? By doing, by going there and by creating this. Okay? There is no other way. No one will do it for you. Okay? No one will do it, and everyone is a beginner. Okay? And you need to start somewhere, right? So that's why, that's why this is on you. Okay, about best artist. So this start is about best artist. I do not recommend, okay, to look for many best artists, to look at any of work just because I know this thing that you will start copying. Okay, we are humans, and like you understand, we are copying and copying and copying. Okay, that's how our books are, that's how our films are, that's how our art are is, okay. And that is a natural behavior. That's why I didn't look many. Of course I studied art, okay, but I wasn't, into a fanatic going into one direction and studying, oh, how he's using, or going into details and copying the person. I never did that, never in my life, okay. And that's why, because I want to develop my own, right? So, but my biggest impression, who I listened and who I was inspired by, is the Sue Bryce. She is Australian glamour photographer, and I know all her journey and how happened to her. So she was my inspiration, right? And then I love what I love. You need to choose for yourself what you love. So I love moments. I love special moments. I love to create those special moments for myself and for my client. I like movement. It means that not only movement in a picture, but movement between the scenes. I like to shoot a lot of material, okay? A lot of light, a lot of ideas, a lot of accessories. I like action and movement, in general. And of course, I am weak. I am weak when I look at black and white photography. This is my weakness. I don't know, but maybe because of the olden days. When I see black and white picture, I stop. I stop. This is me. Then another thing is, I can say that I have it's just a mistake. I was no, I was deeply disappointed by my fellow photographer. Yes, so I had one friend photographer who I was absolutely and totally in love, and then I realized that he's copying someone else, because when I studied art, I found that photographer his work was one to one, okay, and I was disgusted and disappointed, and I realized what happened. Okay, and then again, I was fascinated. Yes, so what for me was important is covers. Vogue covers, Vogue portraits. I've created myself. I not like recreated. I've created new. Okay, and I think I even, how to say, I did Russia. I think I did Ukraine. I did, I did some few countries. Just countries, it's just inspiration. But I'm just saying, I did this because I loved. So something what you love, and point for yourself, just for study, just to understand who you are. This is very important. And of course, tell other people, right? How history influenced erotica. Okay, so what we have is, as erotica in the olden days, we have museums and we have a past work, and I would say that represents erotica, okay? And that's what we have now is a contemporary art, and we have porn. Okay. And what I say about contemporary art, of course, I would put every photography, boudoir, glamour, boudoir. I'm just putting everything in one style: contemporary art, nude, explicit, and then I put porn. Okay, because that's how I make those distinctions, right? Banned at Human Society. Yeah, let me tell you about this. So every week I have a ban on certain pictures. That's why my slideshow is so silly, and it's related to art but has no nudity or has nothing on it. You know, I before I was just thinking to pack my slides with some kind of arty, sexy pictures, but I realized that showing this work, okay, it would break again a lot of rules, and there are limits, and all the artwork which I make is banned. Okay, I'm not allowed to show anything because it's banned, and that's it. Everything what goes beyond boudoir is banned, and I just want to let you know that people love everything what is banned. Okay, it is not allowed, and if you are a rule breaker, it's good for you, but I just let you know. Okay, but there will be another side of the coin, and you will be suffering on this. Okay, so just be strong about this. Okay, and so erotica, introduction to human society. So what are the problems? Yeah, there are many people who are not sure if it is legal, and maybe in some countries it is not legal still. Okay, there is an identity issue. Okay, people are absolutely worried when they're shooting about their identity. Okay, there is an issue with the copyrights, and it's a very big issue because of the nudity pictures. Okay, there is an adult content on the photo and the video. So there are people who would choose photography, there are people who would choose video, there are people who would choose both. Okay, but somehow in their heads they divide those two experiences, and for them it is still not, it cannot be one. Okay, there are a lot of people who scared and worried about the privacy. Okay, and what that means is that does will this artwork will be sold somewhere, shared somewhere with someone, with the third parties on the some websites, or somewhere. There is this issue, okay, of this privacy. And there is their issue that they actually, if they would pay for this artwork and if they would do an erotic photo shoot, they cannot share anywhere. Okay, because like I said before, if you post anywhere erotic picture, your account will be suspended. Okay, you will get a strike, 1, 2, and the third will be finito la commedia. Okay, actually on the second one, my accounts on the second strike get shadow banned. Okay, so just so you know. So restricted usage online. Yes, restricted usage, it means that normal social media will not allow you to show. There is some restrictions, there is some options on YouTube where you can put a restriction on age and still publish it, but again, not too erotic, not too specific, not too explicit, right? And there is, of course, there is a restriction on print and publish, okay? Because there are so many people who would do erotic photography and they do not know what print house and what online company would allow, because there are a lot of people who get rejected, the albums not printed. So I know the places where you can get print your albums, or canvas prints, or big wall art prints. I know the places, but there is a very big restriction on there. 80% online content is porn. I already told you that this is true, and the reason why is a separate masterclass. You just think for yourself at this moment why there is such a big need for this type of material, and why so many people going into this industry. Okay, why they are making money, and if they are making money and there are so many people who provide this service, how many consumers? Can you imagine how many consumers if there is a lot of porn? Okay, and the last one is the general public opinion about erotica. Okay, general public opinion is opinion. Okay, opinion. The younger generation will say no, say yes, sorry, and the older generation, okay, will have their own opinion. That's how it is. Okay, and so going quickly, types of erotic sessions. So you will have, or you will be doing solo shoots, couple shoots, and threesome shoots when you will create erotica. This is something what I do. Okay, and so solo shoots are for singles in dating, or for partners want to develop sexual energy, right? Couple shoot for romance and anniversaries, and threesome shoots for fun, and the here is mix and match adult fantasy ideas. Okay, and conclusion, this is my last slide. Woohoo! What do I say to you is that you need to look at this, what you are best at, okay, how you can actually help, okay, with your skills, with your knowledge, with your passion, with your fantasy, with your, how you can help, what is your unique idea, okay, for this particular how to say direction, or even for this particular project. You need to be a pro at this. This is not negotiable. Okay, this is something what every person need to achieve in order to have a successful business and successful path. You need to improve on delivery. So I mean, like, you need to get better and better with your work, okay, all the time, and make long-term connections. I mean that you would need to, how to say, to think about making photo shoot for first timers, but also understand that, if you choose those people who choose you, they are most likely to come back. Okay, and that is also very important, right? And experiment with your ad and add bonuses. Everyone likes a bonus. Okay, my bonus is a video clip. That's what I can tell you is something what is, how to say, what I managed to shoot, during the photography session. If it's not a video session, or if it's a video session, I still make something, like a slideshow or something. So you will think about your bonus. It will make people feel good that you're caring about them and they have something special and unique. You know how it is. Okay, so this is my quick lesson. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this. Oh my gosh, I rushed, and I am I managed to tell you everything what I've planned. So thank you so much, and see you later, alligator. Bye.